Today I'm going to show you how to use the playbook to look at all of your spares orders where an early ship opportunity exists. So in other words, the customer, if today is July 1st and maybe the customer doesn't want the part until July 14th, well, if we have stock that's available on the shelf and we can use it, then we have the opportunity to ship early to the customer, and it might make the customer experience a more positive one if they really wanted the parts sooner, could have used the parts sooner. So the first thing I want to do is look here on the My Actions section of your playbook. And you'll notice that for this customer, there are 30 potential orders where there is an early ship opportunity with inventory. So you can click on the 30 and it's going to take you to the spares open worksheet, or you can go ahead and you can click on the spares early ship opportunity text area, and it's going to take you straight into your actions tab. And it's smart enough to know that it's item 10, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the checkbox, and this will give you the step-by-step instructions on how to escalate that order and get that order moving if you would like to try to execute and ship early on the order. It's not to say that you'll always be successful in it, because ultimately the stock could be used for something else or another order that will take precedence, but it doesn't hurt to try if it makes sense to try from a customer perspective. Under the playbook filters, it's going to show you which worksheet you're going to apply which filters on, and then it gives you the step-by-step instructions as to how to execute on this action from start to finish. So under the total column, this is saying that there are 30 potential orders where we can potentially ship early to the customer and there is some stock on the shelf. So I can click on this 30 right here, and it's going to take me straight into the spares open tab. And again, the playbook will tell you which filters to apply. So I'm going to click on the 30, and the first thing I'm going to do is scroll to the right and take a look at the action category column. And I'm going to go ahead and filter on spares early ship opportunities with inventory and say OK. So this automatically gives me those 30 orders that you saw on the summary page. Now, if you scroll to the right, it's going to show you the plant where the order was sourced from. It's going to show you the customer request date, so when the customer actually wants it. And then it's going to show you the estimated ship date when the site thinks it can really deliver. So as you scroll to the right, the important thing to note is really the inventory opportunity. So the reason why this order was flagged is because it's showing potential inventory on hand. So there's two inventory columns that exist on the spares open tab. The first one is quantity on hand, and this is the global inventory across the network. So this is across all of the distribution centers and showing you how many we have for that part number that's on the customer's order. The quantity on hand or storage location SLOC column, that is showing you the exact quantity of parts that we have for the storage location that's tied to the storage location on your sales order line item. So for example, if I place a spares order out of GMS, that's our Global Material Services Distribution Center, and it's sourced out of plant 1009, storage location 100A on the sales order, then this column will show you that particular stock level out of plant 1009, storage location 100A. Whereas this quantity on hand column shows you all of the inventory across the entire global network. So once you review the order, you look at the quantity on hand, you kind of look at what the customer is ordering. If you feel like the customer will need the part earlier, or it makes sense to try to ship it to them before their customer request date, then the next step is to go back to your action category or your action worksheet here. And it's going to give you the steps on how you would escalate that specific order. So the first thing is you're going to use the point of contact column that was on the spares open tab. There's a column called material planner to get the material planner name. You're going to email the material planner and ask them if there's a possibility to ship that order earlier to the customer, given the fact that you see inventory on the shelf. And when you email the material planner, always provide the customer, order number, part, estimated ship date, and customer request date. If the order is urgent, let the planner know so that they have that voice of the customer as they're trying to process the information and make the call. Now, if the material planner does not respond within 2 business days, This is where you would escalate further, because a non-response means that we need to escalate if we can't move forward. So the next step is to contact Jason Wilson. That's jason.wilson@honeywell.com on the CCO team, so that the order can be placed on the Tier 5 CCO rail. So once you email Jason, in order to track the rail items, if you click on the Tier 5 CCO rail, this you can check here, and it'll open up the Excel document to make sure that your escalation is on the rail, and then it's tracked to resolution. Thank you for joining this today, or this training material today, and I hope you have a great day.